This is the fourth video of developing an entire eShop web application. In previous video, I explained you about how the sign-in process happens. Like once you um, sign up by giving the essential details, once you fill the details and click the sign up button, I showed you how your data is stored in the database and then how you can use those stored data in the sign up box. And also I showed you the backend code of it. So today I'm going to talk about the remember me option. Like what happens when you give the remember me option. So before explaining what exactly happens when you click the remember me option, I'll first show you the code for it, the backend code. So this is my index.php file and this is the code lines relevant to the remember me option. You can see I have given a div class that is form check and then input type checkbox. Then I have given a certain ID so that it's easy for us to do the functions in JavaScript. And then I have given a text name that is remember me inside a label. So this is how I have created this remember me option in this sign in page. So what exactly happens when you give this remember me option? That's a question we have. Before explaining what this means, I'll enter some data we have. The previous email that we typed. Password. So this is a password I gave. It's just a random one. So we'll see what happens when we give this remember me. So when you tick this box before signing in, so all your login details like your email and your password will be saved inside something called a cookie on your browser. So a cookie will store all your details for a period of 1 year. So that means the next time you visit the site, your email and password will already be filled in automatically. Like you don't have to type them again and waste your time. It's basically a shortcut for frequent users. But if you leave it unchecked, which means unclicked, your details won't be saved in those cookies and you will need to retype your email and password every time you log in. So that's really a bad option, right? So in short, if I explain you once again, suppose if you click on this checkbox, this remember me option, so your login will be faster. So you wouldn't have to type your email and password again and again. But if you didn't click on this checkbox, if you leave it unchecked, so then you will have to type them again and again. So explaining this option in a day-to-day life example, it's like your browser is remembering your seat at the cinema. Okay, I'll show you what happens here by giving different email and passwords. Like I'll start from the beginning by signing up. So I'll click this button new to eShop and sign up, and I'll give separate like new emails, first name, last name, like everything, like each and every detail will be new. And let's see. So I'll give a name. I'll give the first name as Rose, and then last name maybe Vincent, just a random name. So email, I'll give Rose 567@gmail.com. A random password, maybe 45678. I hope I have not used this password before. So a mobile number, just random one. 54 76 39, something like this, and I will change the gender to female and sign up. Registration successful. Now if I go to my database and refresh it, you can see our new Your new data is entered here. So since we have the data we entered in the database, now let's go to the already have an account sign in page. So for now we'll just leave it like this. And so now we can give them. So here's, I can give the email like this, the password we gave. So now since we have filled the fields with the information, I will give this remember me option and then go to the sign in process. Right, so now we are in the home page. Now we'll see whether we are getting the autofilling option before entering, like before typing data. So we should go back to the sign in page for this. So I refresh the page and now I'll go back to the sign in page and I'll remove the data here. And since we give the data, we'll see whether we are getting the option. See, when we click the options, we are getting them. It's all because the remember me option, and then we can sign in. So this is what basically happens in the remember me option. So since I explained you the entire process, like what happens, now I will go back to the code and explain you how this works. I'll show the backend code related to the remember me option, right? So for that we need to go to the VS Code, and as I explained, a lot of code lines related to the remember me option, this whole thing. In the previous video I explained to you about this forget password and the sign in these buttons, right? And this is the PHP code section for remembering the email and the password. So remember me option will store all the data, your email and the password inside the cookies. Later, suppose if the cookie exists, it will autofill the email and the password from those variables. So this is all about the remember me option. Thank you.